Hi, I'm Ghazal Madan from Vellore Institute of Technology, Chennai. Today we'll be executing our project NAND to Tetris, Project 1 and Project 2. Actually, there are total 12 projects. Amongst them, we'll be executing only 1 and 2 today. So, let me first tell you what is NAND to Tetris. So, NAND to Tetris is a software through which we mimic the hardware by typing the code. So after this statement, you will be getting my point that we have to type the codes for our functions. Okay. So I am already there on the site of NAND to Tetris. This is the official site of nandtotetris.org. Here on the left side, the navigation bar, we have to click on the software column so that we can download the software. In the download column, we need to click on download the NAND to Tetris software suite. Okay, so in NAND to Tetris, I have already downloaded. On clicking, you will get a zipped file which you need to extract in your computers, in your systems. So I have extracted the zipped file. The zipped file will be like this, and after extraction, it will become a folder. So I have saved in my C drive, and it will further take me to two folders, the tools and the projects, the two main components of this project. So on clicking on tools, I'll get hardware simulator. Hardware simulator, there are two, but we need to keep in mind that we have to open Windows batch file. Okay. So on clicking, yeah, I'm getting the screen. So here, now, this button, this is the button which is used to load the chip. This is the button which is used to load the script. The chip is having all our functions, okay? So with the help of this button, we'll be running our program. We can animate our program, the program flow, the program and data flow, and without any animation. So we'll be using program flow. And we can change the format to hexadecimal and binary. It is automatically set to decimal, and we require decimal in this function. And we can also use different views, the script view, the output view. We can compare the function to the original function, whether we are getting the exact output or not. And we can view the screen. Okay. So, and there is also an evaluation button. So clicking on the evaluation button, we'll be getting the output of our specific input. Here there is HDL column, that is high definition language column, in which basically the part we load from the chip is here with the code. Here we'll get the inputs, and here we'll getting the outputs of our program. And this is the space where we'll be loading our chip. The script. The script part will be loaded below the animation, format, and view column. Okay. So let's start with our first project. So our first project is to perform Boolean expression using NAND gate. So I'll just show you how to do that. First, I'll be loading my chip. First, let's take NOT gate. Okay. So, loading the chip. View the screen. I load my script from here. Not TST. Here. We'll be loading our script. So, here we'll be getting our input as I told, and here we'll be getting our output. And if there are internal pins. Now, what is internal pins? If I connect two NAND gate, we won't be getting any pins. But if we connect two or more three or more NAND gates now, we'll be getting our internal pins. Internal pins are the connections which are made internally, between the input and the output pins. And here you are able to see this yellow line now. This yellow line indicates that our function will start right now, and as our program will be executed, our project will be, the program of the project will be executed, this yellow line will move down. And as soon as it reaches the bottom, that is the output part, means we have done our coding perfectly. Our function is all right. So let's get started. I have loaded my HDL program from here, the chip loading, and I have loaded my script. So now let's perform. See, it's moving down, and I also forgot to tell you that the values will keep on changing. As we execute a program, the values will keep on changing. Let's perform it once again. So here, see, the values are changing. Okay, so now when I move to the output part, so what does a NOT gate do? On input 0, it will give us the output 1, and on output 1, it will give us the output 0. So on comparing it, so here we are, 1 and 0. Okay, so let's perform the next function, that is AND. Here I'll load my AND.html. I'll load my script. And here, let's perform the function. So here we have AND. So in AND, there is an internal pin, means two AND gates. In performing AND gate function, 2 NAND gates are required. So they'll be connecting somehow in between the input and the output pins, and hence we'll get an internal pin. So let's perform this function. Look at the values. These are changing as we move down. Let's check the output. So output 0 and 0, we get 0. What is AND? Multiplication of 2 inputs. So 0 and 1 multiplied will give us 0. Only 1 and 1 when multiplied with each other will give us the output 1. So our function is perfectly all right. Let's compare it, and it's fine. So now let's perform the next function, that is OR. We'll make an OR gate. We have loaded the chip and we'll load the script. So all set to run our program. Just keep observing the values. Here there are 2 internal pins. Okay, so on comparing the output, we are getting the output for this function OR. OR is either this or this. So one of them is 1, the output will be 1. Okay, let's compare it. Comparison is perfectly all right. Let's move to the next game. We'll be doing XOR gate. Chip loaded, loading of script taking place. And yeah, here we go. So on execution, look at the values carefully. See, the values of the internal pins do change. Did you observe in this? So we'll check the output. We'll compare it. So yeah, we have gone well. Now we'll be doing mux. Okay. Mux or multiplexer. Okay, we load the script for the same. Shall we execute? Keep looking at the values. comparison ended successfully. So what's the output? See, here did you observe this is a selector? Our one value will be selector. Here. Comparison, it's fine. So now let's move to Dmux. Yes, Dmux. Okay. So Dmux, we load the script. In the script, we get it, and now we'll perform it. We'll output. Here also one input, a selector, and two outputs, A and B. Here we compare also, comparison is successful. So let's move to the next, that is NOT 16. We performed the NOT gate earlier. So we'll move to NOT 16. So here we are, let's load the script for the same. Loaded the script. And see, it's 16-bit function. So look at the values, you'll find very interesting, okay? So now let's get the output here. See, 16-bit input and 16-bit output. Look at the values. Let's compare. Okay. So now we'll move to AND 16. Now what is AND 16? Same AND gate with 16 bits. Everything is same, just we are performing it in 16 bits. Okay. So now we'll run it. See the values. Output we are getting, see, 16-bit output. See, multiplication of this is 0 and this is 0 and this is 1. All ones will give 1 and this will give us 0. Okay, so let's move to OR gate or 16 gate, sorry, or 16-bit OR gate. Okay, and load the script. Are you finding it interesting? I'm doing it. See the values? Let's go to the output section. And output of OR gate, what is it? We'll get 0 only when both the inputs are 0. Otherwise, we are getting 1. Here 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. But these two are ones. Oh, nice. So again, we'll perform now multiplexer in 16 bits. Okay, let's do that. Loading the script for the same. Multiplexer in 16 bits. Let's execute it. There is a selector, did you observe? Now output for the same. Output we are getting. See, selector is there in our output. Now we'll compare the two. We'll go to OR, 8-way. We'll load the chip, we'll load the script. We'll execute the function. We'll check the values. And we'll compare. And we'll see the output. And we'll move to the next, that is MUX 4-way. So here I load the script for the same. Here we'll view the output. See the output. 16-bit output. Oh my god. Compare. We'll do now DMUX 4-way 16. DMUX 4-way. So I load the script for the same DMUX 4-way TST. I'll perform. Now we'll head to DMUX 8-way. That is the last one of this project. DMUX 8-way. Load the script, DMUX 8-way. And here we go. So long it is, no? So here we come to an end with our project 1. So for project 1, I'll go to my C drive, then again load it. Project, then project 2. So our project 2 consists of add 16, ALU, full adder, half adder, and increment 16. Okay. So first I think we should perform half adder now. So I'll load the script of half adder, HDL script, sorry. Now I'll load the script for half adder. And I'll run my code. And it went perfectly. Okay. So again, we'll do this for full adder now. Full adder, okay. I'll execute my code. Okay, so I'll get you the output. Oh my god, I forgot to show you the half adder output. No problem, we'll do it again. Okay. So here we encounter with sum and carry. These are the two outputs. Okay. And when we compare, this is perfect. And I'll show you once again half adder. Okay. I'll load the script for half adder. And we'll run it. Coming on the output, see, here also we got sum and carry. Okay, so now we'll head towards add 16. That is add function in 16 bits. So I'll load the script for the same. And yeah, we'll perform it. Done. Then I'll show you output. See, 16-bit output of add. We'll compare it and we'll move to our next. It is increment 16. Okay. So we'll input 16-bit function. I load the script for the same. You will understand once after seeing it. So here we come and I'll run it. See, we have incremented or added 1 to the input function. So on adding 1 to our 16-bit 1 function, we are getting the desired results. Now we'll go to our ALU function. I'll load my HDL chip in my HDL and I load my script. So I will now execute this. This is the last one for our second project. Okay. It's way too long. See. Look at the internal pins. The values in our input and the output pins. So we have reached our output and I'll just show you output. Okay. See, too long, no? So many internal pins. Look at this. Oh my God. We'll compare it. So it's being compared. It's perfectly fine. So with this, we come to an end to our project 1 and project 2. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you.